So why do 99% of people fail at making money online? And furthermore, why do they fail at things that they're trying to change in their life, things that they want to succeed at? This is some of the things that we're going to be discussing today. The information that I have is very powerful and can change your life, so stay tuned. Let's go ahead and jump on into this video. I think you're really going to like this. So the number one reason that people fail is basically this. They never really understood why they wanted to succeed. And to elaborate on this, let me tell you just a quick story of a friend of mine back in the day that was very wealthy and was a multimillionaire. Basically, I had told him that I wanted to be mentored by him. I wanted him to teach me everything that he knew about real estate, and I wanted to become very rich. And long story short, this gentleman came over to my house when I was around 16 and was willing to share some very real, very passionate advice. And when he came over, basically what he told me, or basically what he asked me, is this. The first question that he asked me before we got started and said anything was he asked me basically why. Why do you want to do this? So basically, being 16 at the time, I really didn't know why. I had some very shallow answers that were basically, I wanted to drive a nice car, I wanted the big house, I wanted some type of luxurious life, but I didn't know deep down inside why I really wanted to experience wealth. And the answer to this question is the answer that will propel you forward and will to help you succeed and will ultimately make or break whether you're actually going to achieve the goal that you're after, whether it's to make money online, whether it's to learn a new sport, or to get good grades in school, or to get that promotion at work. It doesn't matter what it is. If you don't understand your why, you're missing out on something huge, because your why is incredibly powerful. So your why is basically the driving force that propels you forward when you're experiencing failure. When you try something new and you fail and you need to get back up, you go back to your why, because your why is so powerful. If it's chosen right and you really understand exactly what your why is, you go back to that. You remember that pain. You remember why you're doing this in the first place. And when you reach that point that you're just not able to fail any longer, you will just keep trying until you succeed. So very quickly, what I want to do is just share exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I think it's so important. See, my why, you guys, is my family. I want my wife and I want myself to be able to be home, to raise our children, to instill the values in them that we believe are very important. I want to share all the precious moments that I would be missing out on if I were to be at work. The second why that I have is I've always felt like there's something bigger, something deeper in myself that I need to prove to myself. And I feel like I've been sitting back my entire life just waiting and just hoping that something was going to happen. I felt like there's something inside of me, but I just can't get it out. And I finally am at a point in my life where I just cannot accept that anymore. I have a why that is propelling me forward, and I really just want to prove to myself that I know I can do it. I know that there was something there that was larger than myself and that I always could do it. And I'm just not going to stop until it happens. So something incredible happens when you get a mindset like this, when you're just not going to stop until your dreams come true. I think about it night and day, and I educate myself as much as I possibly can, and once I learn something, I implement it. I don't sit back and just educate myself with a bunch of information and not apply it. So first and foremost, you need to get a mindset that you can do this. You need to believe in yourself. You need to get people around you. You need to change your environment. You need, if you're around a bunch of negative people pulling you down, people telling you that you can't do things, you first and foremost, one of the most simple things that you can do to drastically change your thought process and your mindset is to get yourself around people that you want to be like. So go find 5 people that you want to be like, maybe even just a couple if you can at first, and befriend them. And if there's not people in your immediate circle that you can do this with, you can do this online. Follow people that have the mindset, that have the lifestyle that you want. Another reason why people fail and they never experience the success that they're after is they give up. They never stick around long enough to actually experience the results that they're after. They get started in something and they give it a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe not even that long. They dabble around in it a little bit, and then they experience a little bit of failure, and then all the negative thoughts start creeping in, and they tell themselves that they just can't do it, that they're not worth it, that they're not good enough, whatever it is. You need to get control of your thoughts. Negative thoughts are worthless. They do nothing for you but bring you down. My rich friend that I was telling you about at the beginning of this video, one of the things that he used to say was to pretend that your negative thoughts were like the snot in your nose or something like that. Basically, that just wipe it off, get rid of it, it's garbage. So negative thoughts take you nowhere. I know we always experience them, but you have to get control of your negative emotions. So when you're experiencing these negative thoughts, these negative emotions, and you're failing and you just want to give up, what you need to understand is that failure is just part of the process. And I always just try to use simpler analogies because it's actually a very simple process. If you take it back to just something as simple as when you were learning to walk as a baby, you can even roll it back to when you were learning to crawl. When you were a child, for whatever reason, we don't have this block that we just fail and just give up. If that was the case, people would be rolling around on the floor and we would never be walking. As children, we see something that we want, and we model the individuals that we want to be like. So as a baby, for example, you saw obviously your parents and other people walking around. So every day you constantly did little tiny things so that you would eventually learn to succeed and walk. You eventually, pulled yourself up. You eventually, started to crawl around a little bit. You put one hand in front of the other. And then eventually you pulled yourself up to the couch and you walked around. And then eventually you let go of the couch and you took a couple steps. And during this process, you failed several times and you probably got hurt. You probably bumped your head, but you just didn't give up. You just kept going. And this is the mindset that you have to have for whatever it is that you're trying to succeed at, because you will find success if you want it bad enough. You just have to want it bad enough, and you have to believe that you're worth it and that you can do it. And if you find those things, it will happen. So talking about modeling and stuff like that reminds me of something as well. Basically, some of the books that I've read and what I've learned in this experience of growing my personal growth and stuff, what you basically need to do if you want to be rich, it doesn't matter what it is, you just have to do what rich people do. You have to model what they do, their behaviors. What is it exactly that they're doing? If you model what they do, you're going to get similar results. You have a formula that you've been following, and you're at the result of your formula. So if you want a different result, you simply just change the formula. And the formula that you change it to is the formula that very successful people are using to achieve the results that they're achieving in their life. So there you have it, you guys. There are some prime examples of how you can go ahead and start changing your life and finding success in whatever it is that you want to achieve. Especially if you're trying to learn how to make money online. If you're wanting to do something similar to what I'm doing, if you want to get on the same plan and do the same things that I'm doing and change your life today, if you want to work from home, if you want a life of freedom so that you can go and do the things that make you happy and you can be you and live a life that very few get to achieve, I'm going to invite you to come below my video. I want you to check out this link right here where it says Chad Bennett Live. Click on that, enter your name, enter your email address, and I'm going to send you out a free video so that you can go ahead and get started today. And don't waste time, you guys. Don't procrastinate. I used to procrastinate. I used to think I would get to things, and that is the exact mindset that keeps you stuck in exactly where you're at right now. So don't delay any longer, you guys. Like I said, it's a free video I'm going to be sending you out. Get started today. Also, if you found any valuable content in this video, please go ahead and smash that thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification. I'm going to be coming out with tons of great content. I'm trying to make at least 2 to 3 videos a week so that I can get as many people being successful and making money online and changing their lives. So again, thanks for watching, and I appreciate you spending time with me. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great night. Peace.